Everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to read some more Beyond a Game, a freak circus fanfic found on Archive of Our Own. Chapter 5, The Cruelest. Saying that your sleep was terrible was an understatement. It was horrendous. Your eyes still drippy, drool escaping your lips to your chin. You didn't understand why today seemed to be a bad morning. Maybe because last night scared you to half to death. Whatever the reason may be, you were done with this bullcrap. As a way to say, suck butt to the universe. You got your lazy bum up to a sitting position, groaning in annoyance as a result. The sun made your morning even more horrific, because of its bright light illuminating everywhere. You couldn't comprehend why your mood was so sour this morning. You were doing just fine a few days ago. Heck, you were doing better when you found out you were abruptly moved to a different universe. But one random Tuesday ruined your happy-go-lucky streak. The last time you remembered getting pissy was because you had to get up at 5 a.m. to go to work because some employee decided not to do their side of the work and just leave it while due date was near. That memory never stopped to annoy you. Thank God that person got fired. Your whole morning routine was like a fast bore. You couldn't quite remember what you did. One after the other, it was like your body was moving on autopilot, and your brain was somewhere else. Having your body move without a thought in your brain, you didn't think much of it, brushing it off as being tired. It wouldn't be the first time where you went about your day in a confusing blur. As you were preparing your bag and necessities you would need, you saw something unfamiliar on your desk, a purple sparkle star-shaped pen. You didn't remember buying or owning the sort. You weren't sure of it. So how is an item like this in your room? You carefully grabbed the pen, holding it in your palm. It was light, as you expected. I mean, it's just a harmless pen, nothing much to be paranoid over. You went over to the mirror and looked at yourself in the mirror before pinning the pin on your shirt collar. It was a splash of color in your bland attire, so it's benefited something. Before doing anything else, he had to go down to town to obviously visit the player. It's kind of weird calling them that, but it's not like there is a better way to describe them. As you exit your apartment and building entirely, you went straight down to the circus, since that's where the player would be during this time, since their intention was to visit Pyrot. Upon arriving, you spot the player looking around the area, most notably the clowns in pink, the fools, giving out flyers to bystanders, or just doing tricks to gain attention. You were about to go to them when you felt a strong force grab you and pull you back. Where are you going, dear one? A shiver ran down your spine at the familiar voice of a certain green clown. Don't you know it's rude to grab strangers? We are exactly strangers to each other, are we? Now are we? His voice was subtle, but it was clear he was trying to hint something. Yes, hint at something. Like he knew you know him long before he did. Just because we had a few interactions doesn't mean we know each other very well. You click your tongue in annoyance. You had kind of underestimated how annoying knowing someone like Harley Quinn was. I guess that it was what makes his personality somewhat endearing. Harley Quinn locked his gaze at the player where you could feel his hot breath near your ear. It made you shiver in discomfort. I know you were looking for them, he said, suggesting the player. And what about it? A question made Harley Quinn let out a bone-chilling chuckle. This didn't sit right with you. On the other hand, you couldn't help but find it strange that Harley Quinn was approaching you, and not the player, which was supposed to happen. This realization of change built up a sense of anxiety in your body. A thought appeared in your head. Am I altering the plot? If so, this isn't good. As much as it would be great to be the center of attention, that isn't the case with this situation. It would either mean life or death. Do not fret about them. Keep your attention on me. His voice was demanding, smooth, seduction, like a siren trying to lure you in, a sailor that knew no better but curiosity. You didn't realize their breath had hitched, your heartbeat ever so pacing faster. Each moment you made very obvious sign of stiffness, and your body made him smirk wider. Were you planning? You could manage to speak so much. Your thoughts were all over the place, and keeping them in one straight flow was proving to be a difficult task. Harley Quinn let out a sigh. Was irritation, amusement, dissatisfaction? You weren't sure, and you weren't hoping to find out either. His gloved hand slowly retreated from your shoulders, which you made out a small sigh of relief that didn't go unnoticed by Harley Quinn. Do I make your skin crawl? This question was more of an attempt to tease you, so you refused to answer. Your quietness made him hum. Seconds of silence passed, and your curiosity was driving you mad. Harley Quinn was known for his quietness, so what was making him so silent? You tried to turn your head back, but sharp instincts nose and immediately held against your side of your head, not hard enough to hurt you. He kept your head sturdy in one position, make you stare at the fools longer than you wished to. Not so soon, my dear, he chuckled, which made you ache in many ways that were both good and wrong. He leaned in again, his head just beside you. His hands withdrew from your head to his sides. He looked at you before laying in against your ear to whisper one last thing to you. Is curiosity truly the weakness of most people? To know more, you must sacrifice many to survive. You must sacrifice one. His words definitely sent chills down your spine. What did he mean by that exactly? Your question was left unanswered as he pulled away, his back straying. If you wish to know more, then follow me before you can catch a glimpse of him. It had already escaped your line of vision, or at least most of it. You saw that bright, shining green eyes of his, with his big, mischievous smirk before he walked off in between many tents. You let out a frustrated grumble. Is this dude seriously playing hide and seek with me? You weren't sure if it was some sort of big scheme. However, he was willing to say more, and Harley Quinn is someone who is able to be truthful. Whether you wanted or not, it was a risk worth taking, so you went in with your pride for the prize. Moving your legs as fast as you could, you looked around the dozen circus tents. That was no different from the other tent you had just passed. You decide to catch your breath when suddenly a hand grabbed you by the throat. Though not gripping it, the hand pulled you back towards a figure or head clash against the chest. So you decide to come, huh? Brave one, aren't you? It sounded like he was mocking you. Was mocking, but praising you at the same time. He didn't enjoy getting treated like a pet that was starved for validation. Are you playing with me right now? You shuddered, impatient and unimpressed. Rayquan was able to tell your current emotions, and it brought him a sense of glee. You've seen nothing yet so far. His words were like a threat, and you couldn't tell if he was trying to scare you, or thinking whether or not to act upon his desires and temptations. What do you want with me exactly? That question was his cue to push you into one of the tents. It was clearly dark. The only source of light was from a small crack of the tent's entrance, where the light slowly disappeared. Her Harley Quinn closed entirely. You heard the sound of footsteps right in front of you. Your first instinct was to instantly back away when you were stopped. When your wrist was hit by a desk behind you, a small clatter of things could be heard from the table. Raekwon, what the heck are you doing? Your voice came out as shaky. You didn't like this one bit. You didn't sign up for any of this. The silence was killing you. Raekwon kept quiet ever since he forced you inside. And that was the most unsettling part of the whole thing. Shh, he whispered, pinning you against the table, where one of his hands trailed up to your wrist, through your clothes. What the frick? He paused, pressed his palm of his other hand against your mouth. You couldn't read expression in the dark, so you didn't know what he was thinking. What filthy mouth. He clicked his tongue in mock annoyance. His hand was previously just on your waist, trailed up against your exposed neck, holding the back of it in a tight grip. Your heartbeat is racing just like how I want it to be. And you felt something crawl against your legs. Then your eyes, you almost freaked out until you realized it was his tentacles, or whatever you call it. It didn't exactly make you less calm. So obedient even after feeling something unusual against your skin. Are you sure you aren't hiding anything? Or of course you knew. You just wanted to lure our response. His hand was just on your mouth. His hand that was on your mouth loosened. It slowly traveled down your shirt. His touch was surprisingly warm. Hey, Harley Quinn, I don't like this. Can you please? You caught your skin in between your fingers and pinched it with thin layer of skin. And pinched the thin layer of skin, baiting a squeak out of you. So adorable, he snickered before pinning you fully against the table. The tentacles gripped your wrist down as you tried to struggle. Calm down. You're not making this better for yourself. You started to slay down and gave your neck a long lick of his tongue. Unable to do much, you shivered under contact. What are you trying to do? He hushed you gently. Wrap your skin underneath your shirt. The less you struggle, the better the outcome. You reminded you before going straight in and giving your neck a hard bite. A soft whimper escaped your lips at the unexpected nibble. After he pulled away, you glanced at the tall shadow in front of you. Did you just freaking bite me? You accusation only got a chuckle out of him. You don't taste bad, not bad at all. That was the only thing he commented before gripping your vise and pulling it up between his wrists. Oh, this is going to be fun, he uttered to himself. He felt your legs getting forcefully wide open. He savored the sight. What beauty you are. You could be good little dear for me, aren't you? He felt his breath on your face. You walked away in fear. You didn't want any of this. None of it. So why is this happening to you? You hoped that maybe, when entering the world, you would be able to create something meaningful for yourself, an opportunity not meant to be wasted. But now you were about to be taken advantage of by a character you once thought was fictional, a character you actually enjoyed diverting yourself to. Now it was a different story. You didn't enjoy any of it. Please, your voice through quiet. Voice though quiet wasn't unheard by Harry Quinn. Please just let me go. You begged. It was pathetic. Begging. This wasn't exactly your forte, but was necessary. At the moment, Harry Quinn stopped his advances, staring at you, pitiful form. Why was he doing this? Why was it? That was a question even he asked himself. For a brief moment, nothing happened. Sure, he still had his hand on you, but he didn't move. But you could still hear his breathing. You're lucky. I dislike it when my prey doesn't enjoy it as much as I do, he mumbled. And soon the tentacles that were tugging at your wrist had now disappeared. You got up from the table as fast as you could and bolted out of there, running past Harry Quinn. Where were you going? Anywhere far from there. You didn't hate being touched. Maybe depending on the person, but the exact moment was something that made your blood stop, where your brain paused all sorts of logic of thinking. You decided to go home early, crawl in bed and reflect on the day. But every time your brain wandered back to the exact moment, it made you feel uncomfortable. In so many ways, were you unable to explain your emotions, everything was so messy. Though it was barely the end of the day, you decided to just close your eyes and try your best to sleep. There's no better cure than sleeping and letting the day move on its own. Back at the circus, where everyone is preparing for the nightly rush, Harley Quinn was also reflecting on what just happened at the tent. The way your eyes looked like they were about to burst out crying. Your voice was so timid and fragile, as a fragile piano. You should have enjoyed those things. Fear, pain. This is his nature. So what has changed? Did you not enjoy the look on your face? The way your heart quickly raced at an uneasy pace? Was it not enough for him? Was something missing? He suddenly felt a nudge on his shoulder, and there he saw the doctor behind him. Jester wishes to speak to you, he said with not much context. Jester wanted to talk to him. Harley Quinn was feeling perplexed. The only times people were called to talk to Jester was about personal or circus inquiries. So Harley Quinn could only think of two possibilities. Did he mention what he needed from me? Harley Quinn asked when the doctor shook his head. It's not my business to know what kind of problem or situation you have between Jester. I'm only delivering a message he asked me to give to you. He didn't wait for Harley Quinn to answer and walked past him. The doctor didn't have other important things to work on. Harley Quinn let out a quiet sigh. He still had to set up his show for the night rush, so he hoped that it would be fast and easy. When he arrived at Jester's tent, He saw the purple clown standing right in front of his stage ominously. "What did you do?" His voice called out as strict and demanding for answer. Harlequin raised his eyebrows in confusion. "What do you mean?" he questioned, which intentionally angered Jester even more. Jester turned around and slowly walked over to the green clown and slapped him right across the face. "You do not touch the human without my permission." It was rare for Jester to resort to violence when it comes to our circus members, so Harlequin was indeed in shock. That human is mine to torment and break. "You can have your share later." "Yeah, scoff," glaring down at Harlequin, who was holding his reddened cheek. "What the heck is wrong with you today, Jester?" His voice decreased slightly in volume. Of course, Harlequin was still shaken up by the unexpected action taken from the leader of the circus. "Nothing. I'm only reminding you of your place." Jester straightened up his attire before looking out of his tent behind Harlequin. "That human better be intact after what you did to them. What fun would it be if your toys already broke it before you could even use them?" Jester said aloud to himself and the green clown, who was clearly injured from his harsh slap. Harlequin knew Jester was a sadistic one, more so than anyone else, but to have a human he was interested in, to the point his sadistic nature got to this point, it was unusual to say. Then Harlequin noticed a small detail before. He saw a purple star sparkle-shaped pin on your shirt collar. Then he realized how far this has gone. He knew how to keep it fun. But when Jester is involved, fun is a rather small category. For once, Harlequin couldn't help but feel worried of the future events that Jester had planned, but knew he had no control over it, and it wasn't like he can object to it. This is Jester we're talking about, after all. "Be gentle with the human, will you?" Harlequin didn't realize he said that until Jester slowly turned to look at him. "Making demands for a human? You're no different from a pirate nowadays." Jester recoiled. The tension in the tent became unbearable. Jester noticed, and he liked the feeling of being in control. Jester let out a sigh, scratching the back of his neck. "You're dismissed. Go prepare for the show. I won't be having it. I won't be having it if a guest complains about the lack of quality our performance is." Jester ordered, his eyes slowly scanning everywhere besides Harlequin. The green clown could only nod. It was better to agree with than challenge the Jester at a time like this, where his ambitions and goals were clear. As soon as Harlequin stepped foot outside the purple tent, he found himself thinking, how could one human be able to give such odd effects to himself and even Jester? Would it be the same towards others? And that was Chapter 5 of Beyond a Game. If you like my content, please consider subscribing, liking the video, and commenting down below. And I'll see you guys next time. The link will be in the description and pinned comments.